It is the 1st of February. Hello, I'm Philip Duncan. Thank you so much for joining us for our Thursday weather update. And we've got a big autumn-like blast on the way. Temperatures are going to drop nationwide. It is short-lived. Friday, Saturday, it moves through, and by Sunday, Monday, we're back to the hot weather again. So short and sharp. And this is it here, building down in the Southern Ocean, and it's about to spread up and across the country. So at the moment, a slight southwest change for the North Island, and that's the reason why it's still a nice day today, but you just might notice the temperatures are down maybe a degree or two on where they were for the last couple of days, although eastern areas probably going the other way as that wind blows through. Sea breezes around the South Island, so you've got an easterly coming in on this side, westerly on the other, and so there will be a few clouds that bubble up around that. So let's get into this big change that's coming through on Friday. So the winds pick up on Friday, blustery, especially north of Christchurch up to about Auckland. Cook Strait, obviously, Wellington will be pretty windy on Friday. There will be gales in some areas. So if you're in a tent or awning, get the pegs out. Cold change coming behind it. So let's go into Saturday now, and you can see what happens. The blue line here shows cold air coming out of the Southern Ocean area. So your temperatures are well down. There'll be places that don't get into the teens on Saturday as your maximum temperature, and even a dusting of snow on the tops of the mountains. Now that colder air, there's low pressure in here, but the main storm is down here. So that just sort of adds a little bit more pressure into the winds, and so gale force winds go up to places like Auckland and Coromandel Peninsula, maybe Western Bay of Plenty, and a few other exposed areas, especially the marine side of things. So Saturday is a pretty rough day around New Zealand. It's not exactly the best summer weather, that's for sure. But the good news is, by the time we get to Sunday, not only do we get high pressure moving in and all of that stuff's been pushed away, but now this red line here shows the humid tropical airflow that's up here to the north pulling down, and there's a nor'wester, so it's going to warm up on Sunday. And in fact, some places could be back into the 20s or the mid-20s, and by the time we get into Monday, more sort of a direct nor'wester coming in there will be places that are into the late 20s and 30s, early 30s. So certainly a change from where you're going to be on Friday and Saturday by the time we get to Monday. High pressure smothers the country. If you've taken Monday off to have an extra long weekend, you're picking a good time to do it. So Waitangi Day, it is looking perfectly settled. There may be some clouds that build up. There might also be an isolated shower or two around the country because of the variable winds that we've got. Down in the South Island around Haast and southwards, you've got some rain there. Everywhere else looks either dry or, as I say, mainly dry. Light winds almost everywhere as well. Maybe a little bit of a breeze though through the Cook Strait region. And we get to Wednesday of next week. Look at all these lows up in the tropics. Very busy. Now we are expecting this one here to become a tropical cyclone. It looks like it will be Queensland's problem. And then one of these lows over here likely to merge together, and the Cook Islands may also be seeing a tropical storm. That's sort of long range kind of stuff. But as for Wednesday next week in New Zealand, high pressure over the top of the country. Summer is back, but the west coast, you've got that rain. And yes, there is another low down there in the Southern Ocean, this one, and that's going to bring in another change for the South Island, especially the lower South Island next week. It's a lot more unsettled for the South Island as we go through the next sort of 10 days or so. That is all from me. Don't forget our Australia-only forecast is out today for the next 7 days, and we will talk a little more about that low that's forming up there in the Coral Sea. That's all from me for today, though. See you tomorrow, Friday.